Attention, I have a rescue call for Rescue 1 to 3 Ranger Road, 55-year-old female with abdominal pain.
Rescue 1's on the way, 6. Attention 1, 2131. Engine 1 on the scene, 2134.
I recall looking out one of our kitchen window on Tyler Street, and you could see through, which ended up being our house on Cranston Avenue. You could see through that yard and looking into the Cranston Calvert School, which was the older grades side of the building on the Cranston Ave side, was on fire. And I just remember seeing the flames go up through there. And that was just exciting. And my uncle, being a firefighter, I remember him coming by the house and my parents making coffee for him and some of the other guys and bringing coffee. But I just remember it being such a large fire. And I'm not actually sure how much of that is what I was told and how much I actually remember seeing because I was very young. My sisters and my neighbors all used to hang out in the schoolyard, and we used to try and set the school on fire ourselves, and we got caught, and we all we all had to go down. They say some of the best firefighters are, true pyros inside. I remember my uncle telling me, as soon as I turned 18, you got to try out for the fire department. It's a great thing. It's a team atmosphere, and it's just a great career. And at the time, I didn't really, I didn't see it as my path to choose. I wanted to be more out in the bar scene. I was going down to Florida to bartend at the time. But after a few years, probably about 5 years after that, when I had my second child, it was really time to focus on something that was a solid career instead of being in the bars all the time. The one that sticks out is going to a call where a young girl, probably about 3 years old, and her mother handed her to me, and the girl's eyes were rolled back in her head, and she was limp. And the first thing she did was just hand me the baby, without even telling me what was up. And just seeing the girl's eyes, you knew that there was some kind of head trauma. Something was wrong, bleeding in the brain or something. And, having little girls, at the time, my daughter was just about that age and everything. And, so that stuff's upsetting. Uncle Jerry was on me all the time to take the test and to work in Newport. We all grew up there, and so he just kept on me and kept on me and kept telling me, take the test, dummy, is what he would say. He had just retired, hadn't even received his first retirement check, I think. So it was shocking to a lot of us. Family-wise, it was devastating. And devastating to a lot of the guys that he had spent 30 years with. Like I said about it being a second family, well, they were his family too. But I remember, personally kind of flipping on Jerry. Jerry took his own life up at his house, and the guys were good. I remember trying to, what I was going to do was actually mess with the scene, not purposely, just to avoid my father seeing certain things, and you know, I was told I couldn't, you know, just because it was the police still had to come to the scene and see things that happened. And you know, for me at that point, I was just more concerned about what my father was going to see, and not seeing his brother like that. I remember driving towards the Holland Tunnel, and as you're driving, you know, it's like you're parallel with the city. You could see, I mean, you couldn't see the towers, but just huge plume of smoke, you know, pretty much enveloped all of lower Manhattan, and was in the sky. And that was just insane to me, just seeing that much. Knowing what a little fire is going to do with a puff of smoke, you know, to put out a lot of smoke, and to see that was unbelievable. And the other thing, there was nobody on the road. There was a guard at the exit to take the Holland Tunnel, and driving in there. Now this is Thursday morning, and at that point it was probably maybe 11 o'clock in the morning, pulling in to the Holland Tunnel and stuff, and nobody on the road, not one car. You were seeing boots all over the place, and to me what that means is seeing shoes all over the place. To me, is a firefighter putting on his turnout gear, parking there or getting dropped off there, putting on his gear, leaving his shoes, and just going to the fire. And the only way to describe it was like a enormous anthill, and having trails of ants. I remember just saying that, oh, my eyes are killing me. And right next to me was somebody with eye drops, you know, a box of them, like they were there for eye drops. And it was just amazing that whatever you needed at that time to do the job, there was some wonderful person right there with exactly what you need. I mean, how crazy is that, you know? That's what they were there for at that very instant that I said it. They heard me say it and was like, here. It was always with my uncle, such a family thing. At Christmas, Jerry was always showing up in his uniform. So to me it was a family, you know, and he was just going with the rest of his family to spend Christmas, is how I looked at it. And that's exactly how it still is today. You're out there and you have to completely depend upon the person next to you to be able to save your life if something happens. And some of them really take care of you, you know. And that was the biggest thing for me, missing Jerry, was Jerry took care of me in a emotional sense, as far as a bond that I had in that realm of the firefighter, you know. And you know, there's still people that take care of me.
Battered and torn, still I can see the light. Battered and worn, but I must kneel to fight. Friend of mine, what can you spare? I know sometimes it gets cold in there when my legs no longer carry, and the warm wind chills my bones. I just reach for